Hello everyone, today I would like to introduce to you the Matsu National Scenic Area. Matsu Island is at the northwest part of Taiwan. It's actually really close to the Chinese city of Fuzhou. In fact, it's actually closer to Fuzhou, closer to China than to Taiwan. It's one of the smallest county. It's actually the smallest county in Republic of China currently. It only has less than 30 square kilometers, and also only has a population of 13,000. But most of them don't even live in Matsu, so you may imagine there's very few people in Matsu Islands. The Matsu Island is an archipelago of 19 different islands. It can be separated into 4 different island groups: Dongyin, Beigan, Nangan, and Juguang. If you travel from Taipei City, you may take a flight from Songshan Airport, or you can take a ferry from Keelung Harbor to Matsu, which probably take longer, as you may imagine. Today, I would like to separate my talk into several parts. First, the unique culture there. Second, the historical building, the wartime history, and finally, the natural resources you may find there. So firstly, the unique culture. The majority or the mainstream culture in Taiwan is the South Fujian province culture, as most of the Taiwanese, their ancestors came from south part of Fujian. But in Matsu, which is very special, it's actually most of the people there are from northern Fujian. So we speak different they speak different dialect than the people in Taiwan. So people in Taiwan might found difficult when Matsu people are speaking their local dialect. They are not able to understand. So moving on to the second part is the building, the historical buildings. If you go around Matsu, you may find different settlements or towns that still keep very traditional buildings. How they built it is they usually build it really in a square form with 4 walls surrounding it like a square. And they build with granite and limestones, very strong stones that can defend the sea wind. Because of the sea wind, they usually have smaller doors and smaller windows, and windows are usually higher up. This is because Matsu is an island, and you may imagine in the past there are lots of pirates and bandits. So if you have a higher window, it's harder for them to attack. Coming up to the roof. The roof they don't fix the roof, like they don't stick the roof to the house using concrete. They just put the roof together with covering each other and put a granite stone, very heavy granite stone on the top. This is because it's easier to repair, and also it's better for ventilation. So some say the traditional houses in Matsu are the breathing houses. It's a very natural way of promoting ventilations. Currently in Beigan Island is one of the best. It has one of the best settled traditional house village. It's called Qingbi Village. So one can visit there and understand more. When you visit that village, you may find that the houses are actually not just grayish walls, but the temple there are very colorful, green or yellowish, very shining colors. So some say that the Matsu people are very religious, and they gave all the colors to the gods. So moving on to the next part is the wartime history. So originally Matsu was just a very pleasant and small fishing village, but because of the Chinese Civil War right after the Second World War, the nationalists was fighting with the communists, and Matsu suddenly became the battlefront between the communists and the nationalists. This made Matsu become for a very long time, not from the beginning, from the 1940s all the way to 1992. It's under so-called wartime mission. So every people on Matsu Island adults need to go to military service, no matter it's man or woman, everyone needs to go. And also they built a lot of different military base, military sites in Matsu Islands. Some of them are open to public now. One of the most famous one will be Beihai Tunnel in Nangan Island. Beihai Tunnel is one of the biggest tunnel they built in all of Matsu. It's so big that it can actually hide 100 landing raft. The kind of machine that the Allied forces used during Normandy mission. The whole idea was that if they can hide as much landing craft as possible, if one day they see a good opportunity to fight back to China, they can release all the landing craft at once, land in a Chinese city, occupy one city firmly, and fight all the way back and reconquer China. So that was the whole idea of building these kind of tunnels. Now, because Matsu is no longer in wartime mission, so this is open to public. It's a very beautiful tunnel, and if you are willing to pay, there will be raftsmen, rolling boats, telling you the story, how it was made, and what was its history in the tunnel. So it's one of the best military sites that you definitely need to visit when you are in Matsu. Okay, so the next part will be about the natural resources. Because Matsu Island has long been under wartime mission, so it has preserved a lot of natural resources because it's not very developed, sort of say. Many islands, even no people or no human being actually live there. So it's a perfect paradise or heaven for the wild birds and also the seasonal birds. So for bird watching lovers, usually in certain season they will rent a boat and go around the island to watch different kinds of birds. Also good for the photographers who are actually aiming to take a shot of the beautiful birds. Tourists usually like to visit the Dachou Island, which is north of Beigan Island, a very small island. Currently, only one person are registered living on the island. He's so-called the owner of the island. We sometimes joke about it. And he raised a lot of Formosan Sika deer, which is a kind of deer is very unique in Taiwan. He managed to make them grow to raise more of these species in that island, and they are free to go to all the places to find some food, and also with the help of the tourists they can get the more food they actually need, sort of say. Usually the owner also raise some chickens, and really nice chicken that run around the island, so they are well exercised. So usually tourists will order one chicken meal on the island. That's part of usually what people will do on that island. During certain seasons, between spring and early summers, people will go to Matsu Island to see the so-called blue tears. It's actually a kind of sparkle, sea sparkle that will shine if alongside with the sea motions, especially when there's a strong southward wind. It will glow around the seashores, different kinds of light green, light blue. People found it quite beautiful, although the local people are quite used to it. It's one of the best scene you can find, natural scene you can find in Matsu. But as I said, it's a natural phenomenon, so there are chances that you may not see it. So if you really manage to see this kind of amazing natural phenomenon, make sure you buy a lottery ticket before you leave Matsu. That means you have a very good luck. So I think that's about what I need to cover about Matsu National Scenic Area. Thank you.